slow. Green light takeaway gone. Stop sign nigga ain't on. Tell us I can take it to the mall. Still, woo, wig on the bit. Mary, pull out the stick on the bit. Glide, footwork, slide on the bit. Slide if you lie from the Clio 5, not glide. Footwork, 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 not glide. Nigga don't take it ain't time. What you call?
First and foremost, all praise the due to Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, Bashim Rakak Badash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching his word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel who listen and believe in this word. This is Brother Karat Sabad coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, A Shameless Woman Shall Be Counted as a Dog. And obviously you have here Sexy Red twerking while pregnant, which is absolutely disgusting. I'm sure the Most High, Yahweh, is just absolutely disgusted at this behavior, particularly by Eve, mostly by Eve, twerking while pregnant. You know, I couldn't imagine my mother or my grandmother getting on top of a countertop and twerking while pregnant. Maybe this is why they call a female is called a bitch, which is a female dog. But this Sexy Red is a walking cesspool, all right? Tats all over her body. I mean, she looks stank. It looks really stanky. But this is the type of thing that Pookie, Ray Ray, and Man Man and Simps gravitate to. Something that's been used and abused, okay? That's been ran through by a whole bunch of men. And the more a woman's been ran through, the more that thing down there gonna stink, that box. But it looks really stanky. I mean, it's really absolutely despicable. But this is the state of our women, all right? And mostly Eve, okay? The Judahite woman, mostly Eve, so-called black woman. This is the state that they're in. This is why a majority of those that are going to be destroyed on the day of the Lord will be women, starting with Eve, okay? The so-called black woman. A lot of women are going to get destroyed, but Eve is going to be at the top of that list on the day of the Lord for this type of behavior. Could you imagine Abraham's wife, Sarah, doing this? Could you imagine Isaac's wife, Rebecca, doing this? Could you imagine Jacob's wives, Rachel and Leah, doing this? Jumping up on the table and twerking while pregnant. So judgment is going to be coming down on a lot of our people very, very soon at a more higher rate. So let's get some scriptures on this. Let's go to, we have here Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 25. And it reads, A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Now I'm not talking about the women that have gravitated to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, okay, this truth, that are doing their best to live in righteousness, that are doing their best to separate from the wickedness of this world, that have come back to the Lord, that are born again, that have a man, and they're going to stick with that one man. I'm talking about these women that are, promiscuous and just doing whatever the hell they want to do. Judgment is going to be coming down very heavy. Now, the women that are righteous, or at least striving to be righteous to the best of their ability, they're shamefaced, okay? So they would have shame in doing this. They wouldn't even feel right. And they're shamefaced because they fear the Lord. They reverence the Lord. If you fear the Lord, you're going to do your best to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. You're going to do your best to rehearse the righteous acts. You're not going to be getting up on the countertop and twerking, okay? Shaking your ass all around while pregnant as well. I mean, just twerking in general is bad, but twerking while you have a seed inside your stomach, I mean, you can't get no worse than that. So let's go to another scripture. Let's go to, this is 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 5, and it reads, Now, she that is a widow indeed and desolate, that's somebody who's single, doesn't have a man or a husband, may have been married, but the husband may have died. Now, she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in Yahweh and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day. So this is a righteous woman. Like I said, a widow is someone who doesn't have a husband, may have had a husband, the husband may have passed, and she may not have gotten with another man. Because according to the law, if a woman has a husband that dies, she is able to find another husband because she's a widow, you see. But the righteous widow or the righteous woman, all right, who is single, is going to trust in Yahweh and continue in, praying and asking Yahweh for help any way that she can, all right? And if you're a widow, most likely you're going to try to ask for another husband if you're still of an age where you can have a husband. So you're going to pray to Yahweh day and night, asking for help, asking for some assistance. And what better way to have assistance than another husband, you see? But you're not to go around being promiscuous, getting with a whole bunch of men, all right? That's not the way to do it. Twerking on countertops, all right, while pregnant, that's not the way to do it. Let's read this again. Let's read 1 Timothy 5, 1 Timothy chapter 5 in the 5th verse, the NLT. Now a true widow, a woman who is truly alone in this world, has placed her hope in Yahweh. She prays night and day, asking Yahweh for his help. All right? So let's read verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So this speaks volumes of our women, so-called black women, mainly Eve, all right, who live in pleasure. They live in pleasure. They live to have sex with as many men as they can. If they have a man, they're disrespecting that man by twerking. They're disrespecting that man by, talking promiscuous, doing all types of filthy behavior. You see, if you have a man, you're supposed to be with that one man, and that's it. You're not supposed to be on social media. You're not supposed to be flaunting your ass. You're supposed to be silent and in the background, you see. So she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. She's a dead woman walking, so to speak. Let's get another scripture. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 6. And we have here verse 26. And it reads, verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. So many of these women, okay, like I said, they're promiscuous and they will sleep with, all right, they'll sleep with another woman's man. You see what I'm saying? Now, if that man doesn't have a woman, then he's entitled to, okay, no, if that man does have another woman, you see, he still is entitled to another woman. But if that woman is that he's trying to get with has a man, then that's adultery. You see? So many of these women, they will get a man who's already attached, you see, to a woman, for one, and they're attached to a man. That's adultery. All right? A man can't get with a woman who is already attached to another man. So many of these women already know they have a man, but they're very promiscuous, and they'll try to entice another man as an adulteress, and now that man has committed adultery. You see? Let's read this again. Proverbs 6 and verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. And see, this could cost you your life. This could actually cost you your life because you may mess with a whorish woman that has a man. That man may be in love with her, you see, and he may kill you. So you don't know what you're getting into. So a woman who's very whorish, you need to stay away from her. A woman that's twerking on tables, countertops, whether pregnant or not, You need to stay away from her. A woman that has 1,000 tattoos on her and red hair, a lace front wig, most likely you need to stay away from her because most likely she does have a man or many men, and you get involved with her, and then you're involved with Pookie and Ray Ray. She probably has a Pookie and Ray Ray, and most of them have guns and things of that nature, and you can get yourself killed. You see? And she don't care, all right? She doesn't care, but it could cost you your life. Let's read Proverbs 6 and verse 26 of the NLT. For a prostitute will bring you to poverty, but sleeping with another man's wife will cost you your life. All right? So in general, sleeping with another man's wife, okay, that's adultery. That could cost you your life. But at the same time, like it says here, a prostitute, if you mess with a prostitute or a whorish woman, she may have a man as well, even though she is a prostitute. But just messing with a prostitute in general is going to take money out of your pocket too. So messing with these types of women like this, it's going to take money out of your pocket. You see? Because all they care about is bread, so to speak. So Proverbs 6, let's go to Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10. Proverbs 31 and verse 10, and it reads, it says, description of a worthy woman for the title. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. So if you can find a virtuous woman in these times, God bless you, because most of these women, I would say 9 out of 10 of these women are not virtuous. Excuse me. You know, you're not going to, what I mean? If you can find a virtuous woman, good luck with that. But most of these women, particularly so-called Eve, so-called black woman, she's not virtuous. All right? Now, when we near the kingdom, when Jacob's trouble happens and you'll have Jacob's trouble, you'll have, of course, World War III, and then you'll have the coming of Yahushua cracking those clouds. He's going to extract the 1/3 elect of the Hebrew Israelites into the big gigantic chariot. There's going to be some women that actually get beamed up with the men of the Lord into that chariot. Now, those will be righteous women. They will be in their right minds. And the 2/3 of our people, okay, that will include men and women, you see, they're going to be born through the loins of the 1/3 elect in the kingdom. Now, when they come back in the kingdom as babies, they're going to be in their right mind. So all the women at that time will be virtuous. All the men will be in their right mind. Let's read this again. Proverbs 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Let's read verse 11. Well, no, let's go to, I think I have a precept. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 26. So it's hard to find a virtuous woman out here. Most of the women you're gonna find are gonna be like that. You see, tatted up, lace front wig, red wig, purple wig, blue wig, twerking, foul mouth, a whole bunch of tattoos, messing with a whole bunch of men. It's going to be very hard for you to find a virtuous woman in these days and times, particularly here in Babylon, America. You'd probably have a better time going overseas. That's why you have a thing called passport brothers that are going overseas to Thailand, the Philippines, and actually finding decent women. But, that's neither here nor there. We're coming up on the end, so this ain't really the time to be traveling. We don't have much time. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 26. Let's read Ecclesiastes 7 verse 26, the NLT. And it reads, I discovered that a seductive woman is a trap more bitter than death. Her passion is a snare, and her soft hands are chains. Those who are pleasing to Yahweh will escape her, but sinners will be caught in her snare. All right? So like I said, that this type of woman is sexy red. There's another one named, what's her name? I forget the other one. There's another one, I can't think of her name. But, you have her, of course, you have Cardi B, you have Megan Thee Stallion, You see what I'm saying? So these type of women, all right, this is a trap more bitter than death. Let's read verse 27, the NLT. This is my conclusion, says the teacher. I discovered this after looking at the matter from every possible angle. Let's read verse 28, the NLT. Though I have searched repeatedly, I have not found what I was looking for. Only 1 out of 1,000 men is virtuous, but not one woman. So if only 1 out of 1,000 men is virtuous, he's basically saying really women aren't virtuous at all. If you can only find 1 man out of 1,000 men who is virtuous, but not one woman, so good luck with that. You see, good luck with that. All right. So I think that was about it. So on that note, I hope this lesson was edifying to you, and I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, Shalom.